Good morning, students. Welcome all of you to today's accountancy class. Today again we are continuing with the chapter company accounts and we'll discuss calls in arrears and calls in advance. Okay, so these topics and some questions we discuss to understand this treatment. Okay, so calls in arrears, from that itself we can understand. Arrear means if somebody has not paid the yet paid any installment, so different installments are there, so that and all we understood already. Application, allotment, first call, second call. So company called to pay that money, but any shareholder didn't pay any installment, then that particular shareholder, for his money we call it as arrear. Okay, and opposite to arrear is advance. Advance means sometimes first call only company asked the money to pay, but the shareholder paid the second call also with the first call amount. Okay, or we can say allotment money company asked, but the shareholder paid first call second call together with allotment. So that cases are called what? Calls in advance. So if the shareholder has not paid, or if not received from the shareholder, then it is called calls in arrear. If it is already or advance receipt of any installment, then it is called calls in advance. Okay, so we'll go to the meaning. Calls in arrear: if some shareholders fail to pay the amount due on allotment or calls, is known as calls in arrear. So arrear can be in allotment or calls only. Arrear cannot be in application. What is the reason? Application anyway all will send, and along with the application money. So those who send application and application money, for them only company will allot shares. So allotment onwards only arrear possibility or default possibility is there. Okay, so it can be is known as what? Calls in arrear. It can be done under two methods. So this calls in arrear treatment we can do under two methods. First is without opening calls in arrear account. Second one is by opening calls in arrear account. Okay, by opening calls in arrear account we can do, and or without opening calls in arrear account also we can do that. Okay, so we'll see how to do it. So one small question for this example we'll discuss. X Limited made a call of rupees 2 per share on its 10,000 shares. One shareholder holding 500 shares did not pay the first call, but when company made final call of rupees through 3 per share, he paid all his shares. Okay, so what it means? X Limited made a call of rupees 2 per share on its 10,000 shares. So call money only we are discussing here. So company asked it for what? 10,000 shares issued. For that call money is 2. First call amount is 2. So how much to be received? 10,000 into 2 we have to receive. But one shareholder holding 500 shares. So one person, he was holding 500 shares. He did not pay the first call. Means 500 into 2 rupees. Okay, so he didn't pay how much? 500 into 2. That particular shareholder didn't pay 1000 rupees. Okay, but when the company made the final call, so final call 3 rupees, he paid all his shares. Means the first call what he made earlier, that also he paid in with the final call. Understood? No, so usually the in between all these installment there will be a gap. So this month if they are asking by 31st August you send your call money, first call amount, then after that 1 month gap or something, 1 month they, so September 31st only we have to pay the second call money. Okay, so this month actually he has to pay 1000 rupee. He didn't pay that 1000, but next month he has to pay how much? 5000 into 3. Final call 5000. Sorry, 500 into 3. So 1500 he has to pay September. So when September आ गया तब उसने क्या किया? ये 1500 के साथ ये भी दे दिया. This was earlier in the month of August on first call, but later next month what he did with the second call amount, he paid the first call also. Understood? So this way. So how to pass journal entry we'll discuss. Journal entry is important. So two cases we are discussing here: without opening calls in arrear account and by opening calls in arrear account. Means in journal entry, if you are not writing calls in arrear name, that is called without opening calls in arrear. Directly or minusing and writing. Here opening calls in arrear account means calls in arrear, in the name of calls in arrear on account will be opened. That is called what? By opening calls in arrear account. Okay. So first this side will check. So when first call due. So here how many number of shares? 10,000. 10,000 is the number of shares. First call amount we know 2 rupees. So share first call account debtor to share capital. Journal entries and all same thing what we studied. I told you, no, the basic journal entries will be same, but the adjustment how it is coming, premium is coming, you have to credit again, arrear is coming, means you have to minus it again, or you have to open the arrear account. Like that adjustment we will do in the basic journal entries only. Okay. So 20,000, 20,000, 10,000 into 2. So company is writing share first call account debtor to share capital. That means the company is receiving, company's first call amount is due on 10,000 shares. Means company now itself write and keep that 20,000 rupees we have to get. Okay. So when actual they get, that time only second entry will be passed. So that is why we call first entry is due entry. Okay. Due means the on suppose on 1st August they wrote share capital, say first call account debtor to share capital, means by this month end we have to get 20,000. So 31st is the last date. After 31st what entry will pass? The real amount what we received. So when we checked the real amount, that time only we understood that one shareholder holding 500 shares, he didn't pay the first call amount too. So how much only? Actually we received 20. Now one shareholder he didn't pay 1000 rupees. His share was 500 into 2. So how much not received? 1000. So this is called arrear. So that 1000 we directly minused from this 20,000. Okay. So 20,000 minus 1000 not received. So how much only received? 19,000 only actually received. Understood? Okay. But if you are opening calls in arrear account, how it will come? Just come and see here. First entry no change. First call account debtor to share capital. So due entry no change. But if your calls in arrear account is open, what you have to write? Bank account debtor. What actually received? 19,000. What not received? For that you have to open calls in arrear account. Remember how much not received from a particular shareholder or one or two shareholder, whatever is there in the question that you have to take, that you have to put. What not received, that you have to put in the calls in arrear account. Okay. So 1000 rupee not received. So calls in arrear is loss for the business. So we are debiting it. Okay. To share first call. Understood? So we are separately showing here. Here you see we are not showing it. We directly minused from this 20,000 and you have written 19,000, 19,000 directly. Okay. But here we can clearly understand that why it is 19,000, because 1,000 rupees is arrear, not yet received. Okay. So 20,000 total. Understood? That only the change. That only is saying what without opening call scenario. Without opening means directly we are minusing and put it in the bank account debtor to share first call. Here call scenario account is not open, but here we are opening a call scenario account. Okay. Now, but in this question, what they are saying, this shareholder, when company made the final call, this shareholder paid that arrear amount also with the final call. Okay. So final call amount. Final call amount will check. Final call due. So final call when it is due, the company will write what share final call account debtor to share capital. So what is the final call amount? 3. So 10,000 is the total number of shares into 3. So how much? 30,000. 30,000 we have written. Okay. But what happened? That shareholder who didn't pay the first call amount, he paid now. So how much would have received? 30,000 plus that arrear 1,000. So how much you received? 31,000. Understood? To share final call amount only 30,000. This one share final call 30,000, that only we credited here. Then to share first call 1,000. Okay, the previous first call, on first call we received 1,000 rupee, that was arrear during that time, but now received. Understood? No. So all this happening in between months, 1 month or 2 months gap will be there. So like that in our usual personal life or our life also we can take example. Suppose if you are unable to pay this month, what we will do? Together with this month amount we will pay next month. So like that only. So sometimes the shareholder never pays that also. So that treatment also we will study here. Once they made arrear, but the next with the next installment they are paying that amount. Okay, so 30,000, 1,000 and 1,000. Clear? So whatever not received, they received in the final call. But if arrear account is opened, how you have to write? Already calls in arrear account is open. So when final call due, same entry, no change in that. Share final call account debtor to share capital. Okay. So when we receive that final call amount, what we write? Yeah. बैंक अकाउंट डेटर 31,000. बैंक में तो 31 तो आ गया. So how it is coming? Final call rupees 30,000 and calls in arrear. Now you see calls in arrear is credited. So the whatever calls in arrear happened here, now we are getting it. So now for us it is income. That is why we credited it. Understood? So calls in arrear debit, calls in arrear credit now will be cancelled and the money will be there in the bank. Okay, so final call 30,000 and calls in arrears. Here we write what we received first call, that is why we are writing here. Here we are not opening the calls in arrear account. Okay, but here we are opening calls in arrear account, that's why calls in arrear account itself credited. Okay. Mm. So this way we can pass journal entry. So how a question saying that way you do. If nothing is mentioned, it's your choice. You can open with calcinarier account also you can pass journal entry. Without also you can pass journal entry. But if question particularly saying some method like you have to open calcinarier account or no need to open calcinarier account like that, if they are saying, then according to that instruction you can solve. Okay. Now this is calls in arrear. Okay. Next is what calls in advance. Next topic. So opposite of calls in arrear is calls in advance. So calls in advance means when a shareholder pay part or whole of the amount not yet called by the company is not but paid. Okay, by the company but paid by the shareholder. That also you add here. Paid by the shareholder. Okay. Company not yet called, but the shareholder without asking, the shareholder paid that money also. Suppose in the month of August, company asked only allotment money, but shareholder he got more money or he wants to pay it now itself. That's why he sent what the first call and the second call also this month he paid. Actually, first call when company call in the month of September or second call will be called in the month of October. But he paid that September month first call and October month second call also along with which one allotment money when it is due in the month of August. Okay, so advance payment. Actually, he has to pay in the month of September or October, but he paid it in the month of August installment. Okay, so that is called what? Advance. So advance receipt also no problem for the company. That particular shareholder he will not pay again because he already paid. Suppose I am paying this month itself my amount belongs to the month of August sorry September or October, then when September and October come I have no tension because I already paid my money. Okay, so company will adjust it accordingly. So here what journal entry we pass? Bank account debtor to calls in advance. So calls in arrear is debited because it is loss or expense for the business, but at the same time if that calls in arrear is received later, then calls in arrear will be credited. Remember. Okay. So if when calls in arrear happens, it is debited, But the same calls in arrear, when it is received later, then it should be credited. Okay. So opposite of that only calls in advance. When calls in advance we receive, actually first call amount of September month we received in the month of August. So in August month what we write, bank account debtor to calls in advance. Okay. And the next month when the first call will be due in the month of September, so this we write in the month of August. So in September what I write, from here I take this amount and I put here. Okay. So what I write, bank account debtor, when others pay the amount next month only, September only, I paid in the month of August, or with me some few shareholders paid in the month of August, everyone will not pay in advance. Okay. So whoever paid for them in that month itself, we pass a journal entry, bank account debtor to calls in advance. But when it is actually received from all other shareholders, when is the correct date for all other shareholders, that time we receive from all shareholders bank account debtor, and that time whatever advance received here, that you have to debit here. Here it is credited, no? So to cancel that, now you are taking that money here. That's why it should be debited. So to share first call. Call means any call we can apply. Clear? Okay. Now one full question we'll discuss. Sunrise Limited was registered with a capital of rupees 4 lakhs in shares of rupees 100 each. Okay. So 4 lakh shares of rupees 100 each. So what is the number of shares? Here it is given rupees. Rupees means it is already multiplied and given. So 4 lakh, then what is the number of shares? When it is given in rupees, we have to calculate the number of shares divided by 100. Okay. So what is the number of shares? 4,000 is the number of shares registered or authorized capital is 4,000 shares of 100 each. How much issued? 2,000 shares issued. It issued 2,000 shares of such shares payable 25 per share on application, 25 on allotment, 20 on first call. Balance as and when required. Okay. So first company asked out of 100, uh, application 25, allotment 25, and first call 20. So 25 plus 25 50, 50 plus 20 70. So remaining how much? Out of 100, 30 is there. Okay. So 30 is the remaining amount that company will call as and when required. जब company को चाहिए तब बुलाएंगे. That is the meaning. Okay. All money payable on application and allotment were duly received. Okay. Application है, allotment, all those money, everything received. But when the first call on rupees 20 per share was made, first call we know it is 20. So when first call we made 20, what happened? One shareholder holding 100 shares. So one shareholder, he purchased the 100 shares, failed to pay the amount. He didn't pay what? First call amount. So how we'll calculate how much is the arrear? 100 into 20. That installment. Okay. And another shareholder holding 200 shares. Another shareholder, he was holding 200 shares, paid the amount, paid them in full. So in along with the first call, he paid the remaining amount also. Remaining amount already we told what, 70 plus remaining amount is 30. That they didn't say the balance. We have to calculate it. 25 plus 25 50 plus 20 70. So the remaining amount 30 also he paid along with what, first call. So one person here advance and the another person is arrear. Okay. So how to pass the journal entry? We'll see. So what is the number of shares issued? 2000. Correct, no? So 2000 is the number of shares issued. So first entry we know, bank account debtor to share application. 2000 into 25 is the application money. So 50,000, 50,000. Now the same application, no problem, because no arrear, no advance, nothing is there. So share application to share capital, second entry, transfer entry 50-50. Understood, no? In the application stage, no issue at all. Allotment. Allotment now due for allotment also same, 2000 into 25. Okay. So allotment account debtor to share capital, 50,000, 50,000, and bank account debtor to share allotment. With allotment we didn't receive any amount. Problem happened where with the first call arrear is there, and with the first call we received advance also. Okay, so allotment, bank account debtor to allotment, full amount. So application and allotment, full amount we received. Now when call came, so in calls what happened? First call, entry, due entry, no problem. Due entry, correct amount what you have to get, that you have to write. So due entry, first call is 2000 shares, 20 rupees the first call amount. So 2000 into 20, 40,000 we have to get. Okay, this much clear, no? Yes. Now next entry we have to check. Next entry, bank account debtor to share first call. This is without opening call scenario account. This is without call scenario account, or with, yeah, once again I write, this is without call scenario account, without, okay, without sugar, with sugar, say. So without, this is with the call scenario account. So without means what we can write? So 40,000 only we have to, 40,000 we have to receive. So one shareholder, he did not pay the first call amount. So what was the number of shares? His number of shares, just to check. Okay, one shareholder holding 100 shares. So 100 into 20 arrear, then 200 into 30 in a balance advance. Remember, so 100 into 20 is the arrear amount. Failed to pay means arrear. Then 200 into the remaining amount, that is 30 is the advance. Okay. Okay, we'll go to the answer. So see here. First we write the credit part. Bank account debtor to share first call. Here advance also there. So two calls in advance. To first call, actually due entry, how much we wrote? 40,000 we have to get. Yeah, 40,000. How much we received? Only 38,000. How 38,000? That shareholder holding 100 shares into 20. 100 share into 20 means 2000 rupees we didn't get. So out of 40, 2000 nahi mila. Matlab how much we received? Only 38,000 received. On which first call. Now advance received how much? Advance is 200 shares into 30. So 6,000 is the advance. So total how much received? 38 plus 6, 44,000 received. Understood, no? So you think about the due entry. Due entry is how much? 40,000. So this is the due entry. Whatever you wrote, that is correct entry, 40,000. But in that how much not received? 2,000 only not received. So in first call actually what received how much? Only 38,000. So how to calculate that? 40,000 minus what not received is 2,000. 2,000 clear, no? 100 into 20. So remaining received is 38,000, because here we are not opening call scenario account. That's why this 2,000 we are not showing anywhere. Directly we are minusing it and writing. Okay, 38. Now how much received in advance? 200 shares. He paid the advance, remaining balance amount 30 rupees. So 200 into 30, 6,000. Okay. So total received is 38 plus 6, 44,000 we received. Actually we have to receive how much? 40. But 44,000 received means 2,000 not received, but 6,000 extra received also, advance received also. Now if you are opening call scenario account, what we write? बैंक अकाउंट डेटर 44, बैंक में तो 44 आ गया. Calls in arrear we show separately debit 2,000. Okay, what we deducted here, that we are showing separately. So in first call how much will come? 40,000 only will come. No need to minus it. Understood? So when you show calls in arrear separately, don't deduct. You can show there. If you are not showing calls in arrear, then you have to minus it and write. Clear? And the calls in advance, no change, 6,000 rupees. Okay, so 40,000 फर्स्ट कॉल 6,000 advance, but 40,000 के opposite क्या है, 2,000 arrear is there. So automatically it will adjust because this is credit, this is debit. So automatically what will happen, from this money will be deducted and बैंक में 44,000 आ गया. समझ में आया? So this way whenever arrear and advance is there, we have to adjust and write. Okay, so for you which method is comfortable you can solve, but remember, if in question if they ask any particular method, you should know both. That's why we are discussing both. Okay, so I think you understood. Any doubt, any problem is there, please message and solve other questions also. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.